Hey, what is up guys? It's Brendan here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get the best cheap car insurance quotes for you when you're shopping around and trying to look for new car insurance. Now, when you're shopping for car insurance quotes and you're looking for some of the best options or some of the cheap options, it's important to compare quotes from multiple different types of car insurance companies, and they also do vary depending on the zip code, whether that be the state or city or region that you're located in as well. Some companies are better for some zip codes versus other zip codes in certain states and regions, depending on where they're licensed as an insurance company and depending on your specific area and how they determine the risk assessment for your area. So again, that comes back to the fact that it's important to shop for multiple different companies specific to your zip code and your city and state. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you a useful tool on how to compare car insurance quotes from multiple different companies. And I will be leaving a link to this tool at the top of the video description. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into things. So this is in partnership with money.com, and this is a widget here on how you can be saving on car insurance. And it's a quick, easy questionnaire where you can answer a few quick questions to check which company fits your insurance needs. Again, I will leave a link to this quote tool and widget at the top of the video description. That's brendanvalesky.com/car insurance quote. And that will take you over to this page here where you can get started with your car insurance quote. Now, this does automatically then compare depending on your specific zip code, which is your state and city and region. And it will be taking into account all these questions here, which I'm going to be walking you through in just a second right now, which is how it then takes that information and then shops for the best companies depending on your information. So all you have to do here is type in your zip code. Now, sometimes this information here will automatically be populated on the form. And then next, all you have to select here is how many cars will be on your policy. So if you have maybe one car, two car, or 3+ cars, in this case, we're just going to go with one car here. Most people, if you're just shopping for yourself, how old are you? So you could be anywhere from the range of 16 to 20. Maybe you're looking for cheap car insurance, maybe a best car insurance for your child or something like that. If you're underage, or maybe you are just turning 18 or something like that, and you're looking at getting your first policy, that's obviously the age range for you. And then as it goes up here, 21, 24, 25, 34, 35, 44, and as they go on. Now you'll see that these ranges aren't exactly equally distributed. It's more based on risk assessment, how the car insurance companies determine, how pricing would be for certain types of age brackets and ranges. Obviously, the younger, maybe a little bit more risk. They don't have as much experience. And then as you get really old, hey, maybe their eyes aren't as good anymore, so maybe they're not as good of drivers, right? So we're just going to go here with like 25 to 34. It's a pretty popular age range, and probably most people here watching this channel. Are you currently insured? We're going to go with yes. Maybe if you're looking to shop from your current policy comparing to a new policy. So let's just say you're currently insured already. Do you own your home? Maybe if you're renting, no. If you do own a home, click yes, things like that. Have you or a family member honorably served in the U.S. military? Essentially, this question is really just to weed out whether or not you'll have USAA as a potential company, or, because they offer U.S. military discounts. So if you do or don't, that'll either show or not show USAA for the most part in terms of companies that come up. Most people, I guess, let's just go ahead and say no. And then all you have to do is click this orange button here and click submit. So 10110, I think that's the New York City one. We're going to go ahead and click submit, and then it will be finding a top car insurance provider in your area. And then boom. So as you can see here, it comes up with the companies. Now I did test with a New York, so like a New York City zip code, and that's going to populate different companies depending on, the city and state that you live in. So in this case, if you're in New York City, State Farm seems to be, the #1 choice based on the information provided. And you can get a customized rate from a State Farm agent. As you can see here, car insurance quotes for any budget, switch and save an average, the typical marketing language that you would typically see. Second, we have Geico here. Number 3, Progressive. 4, Experian. Agile Rates, number 5. Best Auto Insurance, number 6. Insurify, 7, and Amica, number 8. Now, depending on what state and city you live in, again, these companies may look different for you and likely will look different for you because each different region, each company is kind of better for some markets over other markets. That's why, these quoting widgets exist and these quoting questionnaires exist because they better match you with the car insurance companies to help you save money based on, which companies offer the best rates for you depending on your zip code. Again, a link to this tool will be at the top of the video description. Again, if you do want to check out this tool and enter in your information. Of course, some of the links in the video description are affiliate links, which can be a great way to help out and support the channel. Now, if we do click into any of these, such as, State Farm, if you click into view rates, it will then automatically open up a State Farm widget tool, which comes up with like a questionnaire. Now, we're not going to be entering everything in here today. Some other information you may need for submitting a quote, it could be your vehicle's VIN number. Obviously, your zip code is important, such as the other information that we already entered on the widget, such as your age range, things like that, right? So are you a veteran? Yes, no. All those questions that you entered in the questionnaire is the same type of information that you're going to enter in on each of the specific companies' pages here, depending on what your needs are. Maybe if you have children, you don't have kids, things like that as well. How many vehicles are going to need to be insured? There's a long list of different information that you may need for the insurance quoting when you're comparing different companies. Now, as far as my recommendations for different companies, I would recommend doing this for probably at least 3. Maybe the top 3 choices would make the most sense. Again, these will be different depending on what your information is entered on the quoting widget linked in the video description. At the top of the video description that we already entered, it will be different. So I would maybe recommend going through the top 3, click the view rates, and then enter in your information on all 3, and then you will get rates depending on what your coverages are. Now, coverages specifically do vary as well, depending on what you might actually need. Some companies might be better for full coverage or the minimums, the state minimums. Depending that, I would get more on the phone, maybe with the car insurance company, or maybe, take into account your personal needs. If you maybe want more coverage or less coverage, it really is more of a personal decision on that front. But at least as far as shopping for the quotes and the companies, the quoting process and finding the companies, this is probably one of the best ways to do that, is to use a quoting widget, which specifically rates based on the information that you provided in the insurance match tool. As I showed you, you can go with the top 3 providers, maybe even go check out some of the other ones as well. It's up to you. But the top 3, typically have the best rates. You go through, you enter in their extra information here, and then you'll be prompted with the specific quote depending on, where you're at. Now, and then with that information, then you can actually decide, okay, maybe which one is the best one for you. In this case, it might be between State Farm, Geico, and Progressive. And State Farm is their top choice here, so State Farm might end up being the cheapest for you in your specific data that you have entered on the quoting widget. So hopefully, you guys found this video helpful on how to save money with shopping for car insurance, utilizing the cheap car insurance quote widget. Again, that quote and matching tool for different car insurance companies will be linked down in the video description. If you guys found this video helpful or enjoyed it, then be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Anyway, guys, that's all for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.